Stephen Cooper. Over the back.
There's absolutely, New Rochelle had a wall for the box out on that last play. There was no way Cooper was getting the rebound. He's got to use his discretion when he goes in flying in like that. Got to have a man on your hip if you're going to do that, or else you're going to get called for loose ball foul every time.
Scarsdale counters with the press, full court press. Woods in the paint, kicks it out to Young, who's been quiet. Grace, offensive foul. And Knop went down, grabbed his back. I noticed he did that in the first half once also. When he went out, he grabbed his back. So we'll see if it causes him any trouble in the upcoming minutes. So both teams pressing now. It calls for a more up-tempo game.
That's the second offensive foul drawn by the Raiders. To New Rochelle's 0.
Cicero on the baseline.
Right there.
Rejected by Seawright. Ignites the break. Knocked away by Cooper. And Knopp slows it up. Knopp and Cicero have been switching off at the point guard. Coach Kamler said he wanted Cicero for the up-tempo and Knopp for the more relaxed pace. And that's exactly what's been happening. When the Raiders fast break, it's been Cicero that's been handling it. And when it's been a half-court game, it's been Knopp. Strong move by Stephen Cooper. The middle was wide open. All he had to do was put the ball on the floor and get the easy layup.
New Rochelle's weak side help was invisible on that play as Cooper drove the lane.
Seawright posting up.
The Raiders have picked it up a notch on the defensive end. Their intensity is that much higher than it was in the first half as Donovan walks.
It's a good look by Mike Cicero, though. Donovan just could not find the handle.
And Matt Harris does not like the fact that they have picked up the defensive notch. He calls timeout with his Huguenots trailing by 2.
So as the Raiders come out on a 6-0 run, the score is 31-29 in favor of Scarsdale. New Rochelle scoreless for the first half of this third quarter. With 4:06 left, the Raiders have really D'd it up here. Young was wide open for a second.
I think once New Rochelle goes on a 4-0, 6-0 run, Scarsdale's gonna have to come out of the up-tempo game because it could be lights out if New Rochelle starts putting together 4, 6, 8 straight points. But that has to happen first before that
Pull-up jumper is short. Rebound by Cicero, and he'll look to run. Cooper on the wing, pull up, off the back iron. Small, stolen back by Cooper, beautiful pass. Great instinct that time by Stephen Cooper. Knew the man would be wide open.
That is something you cannot teach. That was court sense, and you develop that. Because you're a good basketball player, you have court sense. You can teach a person to shoot, you can teach defensive skills, you can teach someone how to box out. You can't teach someone to make a pass like that because that's all court sense.
Great 17-footer off the front iron, and Cicero will look to run again. Clayton was wide open down court. Good bounce pass, Cooper on the wing. It's good. Stephen Cooper igniting the Raiders, who've gone on a 10-0 run to begin this third quarter. Young flying over Clayton. Look for the jam. No good. And this New Rochelle team is frustrated. The Raiders have come out on fire both offensively and defensively. And Young, that time went flying over Clayton. Just came up a little bit short.
Rasheem Young got a little too excited on that play. He was looking to dunk and fly over a 6'2" person all in one motion. And it was not going to be done. Simple layup gets the job done, or pull up 5-footer.
Foul on Stephen Cooper over the back again. Did the same thing a few minutes ago. But you gotta love Stephen Cooper. Igniting the Raiders here, offensively and defensively. But now he's gonna get a breather. You can tell he's out of breath.
You also gotta like the dipsy-do dunkaroo opportunity for Rasheem Young. He really got up there. He was looking to fly over Clayton and get this visiting crowd in astonishment. I tell you, if he would have jammed that one down, this place would have gone berserk. And this is not even the New Rochelle crowd. So the tipsy-do dunkaroo opportunity is for naught by Rasheem Young. But that's a good way to, although he was a little too excited on that play, I don't think he should have done it. It's a good way to try and get the Raiders going. Tough shot, but it's negated by the travel.
Right now, I think New Rochelle just has to get one or two baskets and get their rhythm back. The 6-point deficit, and they have the firepower to come right back within a minute's time. They just have to relax, play good defense, and take smart shots. Nicky Woods on the foul. A little bit of an acting job that time by Doug Knopp, but it worked.
A little bit of showtime with the head and shoulders fake there. The only reason Woods caught up with him is because he's faster than Knopp.
So Knopp at the line played an excellent first half. 8 points, looking for his 9th, but he doesn't get it. Forreston will check back in for Cochran. 36-29 is our score. 1:57 left in this third quarter. Small will set up the offense. This is a very important possession right now for New Rochelle. They need an easy shot, a layup, or something inside the paint. Inside to Seawright. Short. Same team.
The Raiders are all over the defensive glass. That's what I mean by the fact that they picked it up a notch. In the first half, 1-2 guys would go to the boards really strong and really make an attempt at grabbing a rebound over these New Rochelle athletes. Now you got 4 or 5 guys going to the boards.
Forreston hits the offensive boards, but he steps on the end line. So in the first half, New Rochelle killed Scarsdale on the boards. That's totally changed around here in the second half. Scarsdale getting almost every rebound. Small, trapped on the baseline. Woods, 17-footer, not a good shot. Cicero on the break, crosses over, and he's fouled.
I think Mike's got to make a better decision on the break and give that up. If Cameron wants him to run the show on the fast break, he's got to know when to give it up and when to shoot it. He's got to the line, that's a plus. But the negative part is he could have given it up, and Dave Forreston had a layup. He's done that a couple of times now. He will get the field, though, because he's an excellent basketball player.
Nevertheless, he'll have 2 shots.
The key to this game is the fact that Scarsdale has really contained the offensive power of Nicky Woods and Rasheem Young, really holding the 2 down.
In the first half, Woods played very well, and Young was quiet. But here in the second half, they've both been very quiet. I don't think either of them has scored. In fact, no New Rochelle player has scored. Unbelievable defense by the Raiders, holding the New Rochelle Huguenots scoreless in the third quarter. Only 50 seconds now left in the third quarter. New Rochelle trying to break the ice here in the second half.
You know, Mike, that's truly unbelievable. I didn't even recognize it. The defensive intensity by the Raiders has been unbelievable. They've held the Huguenots, a team with 2 20-point scorers. They've held them scoreless so far in the third. What a tribute to their defense it would be to shut them out in the third quarter.
Little tipsy do that time.
That was a little
Tony Grace. He'll have a chance to.
Mark Jackson on that play.
He'll step to the line, trying to get it done here for the Huguenots, who have not put 1 point on the board here in the third quarter. As Clayton receives a hand from the crowd, Cochran will check in for him. And Tony Grace will have 2 shots. He'll try to break this big drought, and he does.
So the scoreless third period has come to an end with 27 seconds left. What a run, though, for the Raiders defensively. Those were 2 important free throws right there.
Tony Gray says, no way, Scarsdale, you're not holding my Huguenots down. for a whole quarter. Now, Feuerstein wide open. Head fake, and he's fouled. Fouls on number 20, Larry Piergrossi, who just checked in. He checked in along with number 10. Oh, we don't have a name on that guy. Feuerstein will have 2 shots. First one is swish. Nothing but nylon on that one.
Feuerstein scoring at a 9.9 points per ball game to lead the Raiders.
Small checks the clock. He's got 12 seconds. They swing it and travel. The Raiders have been playing unbelievable defense. No holes for New Rochelle. In the first half, they did have some, but not this quarter. Unbelievable. That could have been this has been the best defensive effort for the Raiders all year, this third quarter.
Jack Hammer was telling us how defense will keep the...
Woods at the buzzer.
I'll tell you about it when we come back for the fourth period. 39-31 is our score.
So, the Raiders nursing an 8-point lead.
That's an incorrect score. It's 39-31 for the Raiders. I was going to say at the end of the third period as time expired. I forgot what I was going to say. Excuse me. Let me recollect my thoughts here. Oh, Coach Cameron was telling us that the defense for the Raiders will keep them in it for just so long, but their offense has to get the job done. The ironic thing is, the offense has gotten the job done. 40 points at the end of the third quarter is not a tremendous amount, but it's 8 more than New Rochelle has, and the defense has been extraordinary.
Look for New Rochelle to make some kind of run. There's no way the Raiders are going to be able to hold them down for a whole half. They got lucky with the whole quarter. I'm not taking anything away from them, but this New Rochelle team has a lot of weapons. There's no way the Raiders are going to be able to hold them down. Rashim Young flying for that rebound.
Rashim almost didn't work on that play. He was looking to do a follow-up jam, falling out of bounds with his left hand. I don't think so, Rashim. That's a Michael Jordan play right there.
New Rochelle pressing. Cicero does a good job to break it. Swings it to Knopp. Scarsdale's definitely going to slow the pace down now. With an 8-point lead, there's no way they're going to look for fast breaks. If there's a man wide open down court, sure, they'll pass it to him, but they're not going to look for the fast break. Feuerstein baseline. This is the layup. Tough shot. We don't know who that guy is, though. So, nevertheless, great shot. Cicero can't believe the call.
Ned Harris screaming to his team to come on. As they have picked up the intensity
with the inbound
considerably this fourth quarter.
Nicky Woods loses the handle. Almost had to go diving into our booth. That would not have been a very good situation.
Woods, who sports the Malik Sealy haircut, was not able to save it right there. Knopp goes in, draws the foul, cannot get the basket.
That time he would have been doing the Nicky shuffle in our booth. I don't know.
That was pretty creative, Mike.
Thanks.
Nicky shuffle, huh? Heard you write that one?
Maybe I should. Doug Knopp,
no,
2 shots.
Not.
First one is swish. He's had his shot today.
This is the time of the game where a go-to guy for the Raiders would be essential. Now they have the 7-point lead, possibly 8 if Knopp can nail the second one. But right now, the rest of this game, for the last 6 minutes and 37 seconds, the Raiders aren't going to really look to shoot the basketball. They had a guy who scored 18 a game, 16, 18 a game, he's obviously should display a little bit more confidence and would take that open 15-footer. Unless the Raiders get a layup, they're really not going to be looking to put the ball in the hole right now.
As Coach Kaminer screaming to his team, defense, guys, defense. That's definitely going to be the key for the Raiders in the final 6:30. Good rebound by Small, and a beautiful power move. Here comes the press.
That last move by Small was a professional type move on the offensive rebound. Soaring high above Raider defenders to get the roll on the offensive boards. He looked like a basketball player on that play.
Scarsdale just has to relax, play tight defense, and make the shots that they're supposed to make. That's all they have to do in the final 16 plus. If they can do that, they'll have this game.
The thing is, the shot that Knopp just missed, those shots that the Raiders have to make. Front end one-on-one, you gotta hit that. Because that's what we're shooting now for the final 6-10. If they don't hit that, they might as well kiss this one goodbye.
Baby hook by Seawright. Risky pass by Cochran. And Feuerstein with a beautiful lay-in right over the big fella, Seawright.
Feuerstein used his body beautifully on that play. Shielded the defender from the basketball, shielded the ball from the defender, and with the soft punch, kissed it off the glass.
Jump ball. And the Raiders will get it. Big break for Scarsdale as Woods would have had a shot in the paint. That's what they don't want. Knob trapped in the corner. The Raiders do a great job of breaking the press. They've been successful on it almost every single time. Scarsdale has a 5-point lead. They can't afford bad mistakes now against this New Rochelle team. Raiders have held New Rochelle to 8 points thus far in the second half. Unbelievable. Donovan.
Beautiful pass.
James Donovan with the no-look. And David Feuerstein got it on the other end.
I sound very redundant in saying this, but that is your center making that nice bounce pass.
Three-pointer by Mr. X. Still don't know who that guy is.
Trying to compensate for your lack of knowledge with a sense of humor. That's pretty good.
Feuerstein draws the foul. Feuerstein's played a very good second half, giving a lift to the starters coming off the bench.
The Outlook 36 fan club has arrived for us. We may be a little distracted from now on. Mike and I actually have a following with our telecast on Cable 36. Don't forget, coming up, we've got the JV basketball game between the New Rochelle Huguenots and the Scarsdale Raiders. Same two teams will send their JV teams out on Thursday night.
Feuerstein only able to hit 1 of 2. Mr. X goes all the way. Draws the foul. He's played a great fourth quarter. I don't know why they didn't put this guy in earlier. He's given the New Rochelle team a lift, while Woods and Young have not been able to do anything. Mr. X has done it all.
Despite the fact that they haven't been able to do anything, Woods and Young, they still both remain in the game, because Nat Harris knows that either one can explode at any time. We've said it before, we'll say it again. Both combined for 40 points a contest. So the fact that New Rochelle only has 41 points right now is really a tribute to Jack Kaminer and his defense.
The Raider crowd really into it now. As the New Rochelle, as the Scarsdale lead is cut to 3. So, slowly but surely, New Rochelle has climbed back into this. Raiders need a basket here. Very key possession for Scarsdale. I think they should kick it down low to either Donovan or Cooper. Look for an easy shot. Just over 4 minutes remaining now. and a half that has been all Scarsdale's until the last 2 minutes when New Rochelle has climbed back into it. The Raiders in their motion offense. Cicero at the point. New Rochelle playing tenacious defense, trapping. Cicero on the baseline. Scarsdale crowd wants a foul. Here comes Small the other way, off to Woods. Quick hands by Doug Knott, knocked it away from Woods, who was looking for a pull-up jumper. And Coach Kaminer wants a timeout. So, it was Scarsdale up by 3, with 3.5 left. We'll be back with the exciting conclusion of New Rochelle and Scarsdale. Scarsdale with a 3-point lead, 3.5 left. Big possession for New Rochelle. They're all big now. Mr. X over to Young.
Mr. X had a little trouble handling that. Rasheem to the hoop, offensive foul.
No basket.
Oh, Nat Harris is really upset over that one. He's over there stomping the floor.
Beautiful play by James Donovan. Held his ground. The charge on Rasheem Young. He's really struggled today.
Now, that's 3-0 now in the offensive foul department. Raiders have drawn 3 to New Rochelle 0. That is an intangible which could have just turned this game entirely around.
Just 4 points for Rasheem Young now. Not a good day for him. The Raiders have really shut him down. Usually a 20-point per game scorer. Not today. Tenacious Scarsdale defense is the reason for it. Donovan, little lean in. And the Raiders up by 5. Woods back the other way. Tough shot. And Donovan clears to Cicero. He'll push it up. Good bounce pass.
There it is. There it is. Showtime, baby. Get a TO, Coach Nat Harris. You need a TO, and there it is. There's the bounce pass we were looking for from Mike Cicero on the fast break. And Coach Harris has seen enough. He calls for the TO. 2:42 left. 7-point game. Scarsdale on top. We'll be back.
So the Scarsdale crowd really into it now. The Raiders with a 7-point lead with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go.
Don't say that Nat Harris really isn't a student of this game, though. He knew exactly when to utilize that timeout. He sensed the Scarsdale run. He utilized the TO perfectly.
Bombs from 3.
Oh, what a rebound! It's going to be a loose ball foul, though, on Nicky Woods. He skied for that rebound. No box out, no amount of boxing out was going to stop Nicky Woods from going over the top there and getting that rebound. He got up.
And he's fouled out. Nicky Woods is fouled out. Just another loss. A big loss for New Rochelle. Really have used him in the final 2.5 minutes.
Woods finished with 14 points. That is 5 points under his average. Credit the Scarsdale defense, as Knopp will shoot 1 and 1.
Knopp's been to the line a lot today.
And he's missed a lot, too. He's got to hit those. Scarsdale's going to hold on to this lead. Right back on defense, though.
Ooh, Rasheem Young way up there. Don't know if you could have seen that on your monitor, but he was inches from cramming that down. Almost jam time. Omar Small will have 2 shots.
Rasheem was trying another little dipsy-do dunkaroo there. 1 second earlier, he's got himself a follow-up jam that does not count.
He's got to be extremely frustrated. Scarsdale totally shut him down. As Small sinks the first.
The key right now, New Rochelle is sinking their free throws and Scarsdale is not. That's a problem. The obvious difference in this game, though, has been the shooting. Scarsdale could not buy a basket when they visited New Rochelle and lost by 12. Today, they got to be at least at that 45, 48% mark for the shooting, which is tremendous in a high school basketball game, especially with a team that has not been shooting that well.
Once again, Scarsdale does a good job of breaking the press and gets a chance to take some time off the clock. 5-point lead now for Scarsdale. New Rochelle start looking for a steal or something. They got to put more pressure on than they have been. Good job of the Raiders. Keep the ball moving. Borstein was trapped in the corner, able to get rid of it. Just over a minute and a half left now. New Rochelle is going to have to look for a foul soon. Out of bounds, but the Raiders will retain it. Coach Kaminer giving his instructions out. Borstein is fouled.
This is where the Raiders got to do it now. The 1-and-1's from the line. I suspect they will go to the line just a few more times before this one is over. With a minute 25 left, leading by 5. New Rochelle is going to have to make them earn it now at the line. And the Raiders are going to have to put the ball in the hole at least once. Just hit that front end. It'd be super if they could hit both ends, though. Scarsdale's leading scorer, Feuerstein, at the line. Trouble, that's trouble when you don't hit your free throws. Big steal, though.
Big steal by Doug Knopp. The Raiders really have to hit their foul shots now. Very key. If they were to hit at least 1 out of 2 every time now, it would put this game out of reach. They have to do it. This is a very key one right now for Doug Knopp. He'll be 1-and-1.
That's the one we're talking about.
6-point lead for the Raiders.
Defense only gets you so far. But the offense is what's got to win it for you eventually. And the Raiders have gotten plenty of it today. Defense is always, as usual, has been extraordinary. And the offense has been extra extraordinary.
Spits direct, draws the foul. As Coach Kaminer grimaces up and down the sideline, telling James Donovan he's got to move his feet. Don't commit the foul. The one thing that amazes me about this game is that New Rochelle didn't make one big run. Scarsdale played consistent defense throughout, and it's paid off because they have a 7-point lead with just over a minute left. We'll be back.
Oh, he's enjoying the action.
You can't tell though on that look. Looks like he's gonna beat someone up.
He's saying, put me on that new road team. Scored a 20 points for them. So a future prospect in Scarsdale.
Substitutions now.
It will
the
be
ref is not
nullified.
going to allow it. Exactly, they'll nullify it.
Mr. X to the line, 1-and-1.
He's been one of the bright spots one of the few bright spots for New Rochelle in the second half.
Yeah, Harris was very reluctant to use him in the first half. He's come in and done a nice job. He's in that, 7 to 10 point range. Big rebound by Scarsdale. And now they can control their own destiny.
Coach Kaminer yells out, meaning take the ball out. No shots. Strong foul by Seawright, and the referee notices that and calls an intentional foul. Not a smart play that time by Seawright. Make sure you get the foul, but don't do anything stupid. So under a minute to go, 5-point lead for Scarsdale.
Mike, you made a very good point in saying that New Rochelle was stymied in making a run. At any one point, they never really put together a string. Even in the first half when they were playing very well, and they had the 4-point lead at the end of the half. Scarsdale, however, was able to outscore New Rochelle in the third quarter, 12-2. It wasn't really that dramatic of a run. They just did it by solid basketball. And then when I went off with my Dick Vitale tantrum, that's where they made a big run. I think it was a 7-0 run, and that's really what did it. That's what put this game out of reach for New Rochelle.
Doug Knopp unable to make the free throws, so it remains a 5-point lead for Scarsdale.
Still only a 6-point lead, though.
Excuse me, 6-point lead. No, 6-point lead. I believe it's a 6-point lead for Scarsdale. 5-point lead.
What are you talking about? It's 51-45.
46.
Nah, it's 45, Mike.
46.
Mike, 45.
So as the debate goes on to whether the score is 51-46 or 51-45, Knopp will step to the line again.
Mike, trust me.
Made his living there today.
So Mike will take a quick math course, and Knopp will go to the free throw line for a 1-on-1 situation. That has really hurt the Raiders today, boy. You can't stress free throw shooting enough. And when you can't do it in the stretch, when you got a 6-point lead, see that, Mike? There it is. If you can't shoot the 1-on-1 with a 6-point lead,
Grace.
you're in trouble.
3. Cicero down the sideline, and they'll clear it out. And he's fouled by number 4, Tony Grace. The Raiders just about sewn this one up. Very key win for them.
Scarsdale at 10-5. New Rochelle at 15-2. Yes, this would be an upset to say the least. And you know that Nat Harris can have a thing or two to say to his team after this game and in the practice session tomorrow. A look at the Scarsdale faithful who showed up on this Monday afternoon, February the 5th. New Rochelle and Scarsdale have played a pretty tight game. And Cicero will look to put an exclamation point on what will be a nice victory for this Scarsdale team. Not pivotal, just a very solid victory.
So Cicero does what Knopp was not able to do. Hit a foul shot in the closing minute. But he can't do it on the second one. Young misses the layup. And that shot was just showed how badly Rashim Young is slumped today. Really struggled.
I don't think he knew whether to go up with a dunk or just lay it in. He got caught in the air not knowing what to do, and that's why he missed the free throw.
I think this crowd wanted to see him dunk it.
I wanted to see him dunk it.
Go
Go
there.
Dipsy do showtime, baby. Jack Hammer throws his fist in the air. As Cicero is able to run in for 1-1, giving Scarsdale an 8-point lead with 18 seconds left. Cicero is ice on both of them. Definitely no foul coming up for the Raiders, and let them shoot this up. Nice shot.
Tough shot by Omar Small.
The Scarsdale bench is on their feet. They're going to get a nice W here today. And Jack Hammer will clear the bench. Mike Bosian is in. Andrew Wallach, Robert Adis, Matt Clayton will replace everybody except the shooter who was conquered. And the celebration has begun in Scarsdale, baby. Break out the champagne, uncork the bottles. Nice win for Scarsdale. They beat a team that they had big-time problems with in New Rochelle a month ago.
You said it, Mike, a big-time win for Scarsdale. As far as New Rochelle is concerned, they have to go back and regroup for the big game with Mount Vernon this Friday.
Up next for the Raiders will be Mamaroneck on Wednesday. So both teams will have to go back at it in a very short period of time. Final score is 54-40. Don't forget Thursday night.
54-50.
54-50, excuse me. Sorry, Mike. Thanks for the correction. Don't forget, Thursday night, respective teams from Scarsdale and New Rochelle, the JV teams will go at it.
For Mike Burke, I'm Mike Shiro. Thank you for watching Cable 36. We bring the Raiders home.